What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what's influencing it today, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Lucid right now is down 0.2%, 247 the low, 256 the high. And as far as volume, 36.2 million shares being traded, 38.7 is the average. So you are seeing a lot of volume, majority coming from algorithmic trading because you're not seeing all that much in transactions on the secondary market to obviously mimic the amount of volume, but you are seeing regardless a good amount of buying on the secondary market above $100,000. So anything that does show as a ask is essentially a buy. No actual news from Lucid itself, no SEC filings. So today it is just piggybacking off of the good macro data and then as well Tesla. And so whatever happens to Tesla, good, bad, and the ugly, it does trickle down to other EVs. But I think in reality, the reasons why Tesla is up kind of isn't the same aspects that Lucid is focusing on. So for instance, energy storage with Tesla was a lot better than anticipated. And even Tesla kind of talked on a lower price vehicle. I think it was like Q1 2025. And then even aside from that, they actually gave some concrete numbers. That is something that Lucid doesn't do. So I think in reality, a lot of the good catalysts for Tesla can't be transferred to Lucid. And I actually did bring this up. I talked on Lucid vaguely in my pre-market video under trending stocks. And I said the fact that even though it was up almost 3% pre-market, you can kind of see that right here, that it might be short-lived once the market does realize that a lot of the same catalysts kind of aren't transferable. So it's just the unfortunate truth. Hopefully Lucid does come and give a very good future guidance for their upcoming earnings, but we'll just have to wait and see. The only thing that has really come out that I wanted to kind of bring up was this. So Lucid 𝗖𝗧𝗛𝗧 did post once again another CR7. Some people don't know who he is, but yeah, ultimately I think that's good marketing. Hopefully, I know a long time ago, actually I'll stop this so you stop seeing that, but I remember a good like 3-4 months ago, there was a lot of rumors the fact that Lucid was going to sponsor his team. And that's this right here, so 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪. And in reality, nothing really came from that. You see, for the most part, Ronaldo getting picked up and dropped off for every game and at kind of hotels and stuff like that, but still no official announcement. So I feel like this is something that Lucid, like I said, is lacking. It's just the overall transparency. If you have a sponsor or you plan on sponsoring, that's something that you need to know. And today is the date that their earnings or the questions from retail being posed to management, it opens. So I think this will be interesting to see what comes out because in the past, whatever is asked on day number one, or at least kind of put forth, those are the questions that are asked. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, but it'd be really good if Lucid comes out and talks on ESS, because obviously some people, even when I've previously brought that up, saying that Tesla's doing it and is not profitable, well, Tesla kind of proved those individuals very, very wrong. But shorts, though, are taking advantage and returning 1.11 million shares. 20.28% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 241.68 million shares. Cost to borrow average is 3.09, and then utilization is 87.17. On the options front, kind of low volume, so 602,000 in calls, 404,000 in puts. 54% of all the options being done today are bearish. So that was kind of a surprising once I kind of saw that data. But of the call options that are being purchased, it looks like there's a consensus for it to be above 250 and looks like around $3. And that seems to be where it's capped at for the most part. That's even encumbering the future. So not that much optimism for Lucid. And then looking at the puts, you see a consensus for it to be sub 250, and then abnormally for January 16th, 2026 for it to be sub $2. So Lucid does need to, like I said, get their crap together. And I think this upcoming earnings is key, that they need to really lay the foundation down. And I get it. Peter has stated that they don't have the ability to really forecast the Gravity demand, that they'll just keep producing until they can't anymore, right? Until it meets the demand. But based on Tesla earnings and what's happening with Tesla today, the market is valuing exactly the level of transparency and the numbers that are placed. So I think Lucid does need to really take a page from Tesla's book and lay the actual numbers down. So kind of you have roughly 2.5 weeks to put your minds together to come up with some numbers for the Gravity, because yeah, I think the market desperately does need it. But as of right now, with at $2.48, it is trading between this S2 and this S1. So $2.53 is going to be that next strong resistance slash target. And it's been bouncing off of that. So that's a very strong resistance going forward. Flip side, 233 is going to be the next strong support. And I think in reality, this is also one thing that is really causing Lucid some distress, is their technicals. Their technicals look absolutely horrific. And yeah, I think even the writing on the wall, like it looks like it wanted to kind of break down before that big issuance and the kind of guidance on their revenue. Like it was showing signs it wanted to break down, but that news clearly just escalated it so much more. So let me know your thoughts regarding any news. There hasn't been anything coming out. A lot of people are just talking on essentially other EVs and somehow grouping Lucid in. So nothing really coming out from that standpoint as well. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Give yourself a shout out. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing with Lucid today? And yeah, what's your expectations for the upcoming earnings? I have been monitoring that just to see if there's any change. And analysts surprisingly have been a little bit more optimistic. So even though Peter came out saying that for the most part, revenue is capped at 200, analysts, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but they are forecasting now as a consensus 205.18 million. So I feel like they're setting Lucid up to fail a little bit on that front, but negative 31 cents is that earnings per share on a side note. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. And two things, take advantage of this promo because it does give you 8 free stocks. I can't go wrong with free. Free is amazing. So 8 free stocks, and each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. And then as well, I did launch memberships with this YouTube channel. So if you like the channel, want to support it, you can definitely do so. Or if you want buy signals on stocks and options, there's also a tier for that. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.